This is ReplicantPhish. Hit the like button and subscribe for future content. Hello, welcome. Hope you've had a very good day. Hope you're doing well, hope you're feeling well, and I hope you felt yourself today, as always. So if this is your first time here, what we do on this channel is we're collecting funds to send Mary Jane smokers into outer space, in a program we're calling Space Trips. You get it? Tripping in space? Space trips? Yes. So hit the subscribe button and donate to support the program of sending stoners into outer space. Seriously, short intro today. This is more a channel for single people or anyone in need of motivation or to hear something slightly different, to get a different perspective on certain things, mostly understanding the opposite sex. And I will do so with today's topic, the topic of why am I not good enough? Reasons to remain single in 2020. That is the question that many ask. Why am I not good enough? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Why you're not good enough? Have you stressed yourself out and been in pain with that thought? The thought that you're not good enough. For instance, you're a man and you felt as if no matter how hard you try, you have never been good enough for most women, if not any woman. That no matter what you did, they always made you feel as if you were not good enough. The same thing if you're a woman. How men may sleep with you but never want to commit to you, and thus you feel as if you're not good enough. You're good enough to sleep with, but not enough to commit to. You see, being desired and being wanted is a big thing for us as human beings. To obviously have the other sex, the opposite sex, be attracted to us, to want us, to desire us, to want to be with us, and if not the entirety, at least one that you want to see that you're good enough. And you see, for many, it's this overwhelming desire to be accepted, to be validated, to be seen and to be taken, to fit in. You see, the reason why many do not feel as if they're good enough is because of other people, is because somewhere along the line, someone has made them feel and think that they're not good enough. The sad thing is, for many, it starts in the home. For many, it starts with their parents, with their family, of being accepted by their family. For some, they wonder, why am I not good enough even for my family? Even my family cannot see me. Even my family does not want to accept me. For many, that feeling of inadequacy, of not feeling as if they're good enough, starts from the home, from their children. And as they grow up, they then seek this feeling of being good enough from other people, namely the opposite sex, in a sense to get a level of comfort and acceptance they may not have gotten from their parents. But even if the childhood was good, it's still the world, others out there, that could easily make one feel inadequate, less, because they don't fit, or because they're not being wanted or chosen in a certain way or aspect, or accepted or favored in a certain way. Some question why they are not good enough because of those who have abandoned them, who have left them, who have cast them aside and moved on, or fled. And once again, this can start in the home. How many feel as if they've been abandoned and rejected? They felt as if they're not good enough. They could feel this way from their parents. They felt as if they were not good enough for their parents to even care about them, to take care of them and even want to be in their lives, or even care about them. And once again, this can carry on into adult life, into dating, relationships, marriage, this constant need to be accepted because of the fear of that thought of, why am I not good enough? But even so, in those marriages, relationships, those deep bonds, this person could still leave you, could still abandon you, could leave you for another, or use you to get to a better position to then leave you. Then once again, stuck in the feeling you are of abandonment, that feeling of not being good enough, of being inadequate, of being less, of not being enough. The thing is, many that feel as if they're not good enough, it's not that they're not actually good enough. That's not the problem. In a sense, wonder who it is you're seeking this validation from. Who is it you're seeking this acceptance from? Do they deserve it? Do they deserve you worrying about if you're good enough for them? Shouldn't you question if they're good enough for you? If they deserve you worrying about them? What they want, what they need. You see, when you question if you're good enough or not, when you ask yourself if I'm good enough or not, ask yourself, who are you asking that from? Look at the person or people you are asking that from. Am I good enough? For who? For that person? For them? Why? To be accepted by those that may never even see your true potential or value. To be accepted by those you have to beg to be accepted by. A very hard lesson I have learned in this life. Never beg to be accepted. Never beg to be wanted. Never beg to be desired. Never beg to be needed. Never beg to be seen. Understand this, because others do not see you does not mean you do not exist. Does not mean you are invisible, that you're a ghost, that you're worth less because a person or people in a sense may actually be worth less. To assume you should see yourself as lesser because you're not held up and validated by these people or persons? Ask yourself this question first. Are you good enough for you? Because understand this, if you know you're not good enough for yourself and you understand that there can be some self-improvement, then you already know there's something to work on that could make you better. So in understanding you may not feel good enough for yourself, you know you can work on that. But working on yourself to be good enough for others means you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for them. Do they deserve that? That much commitment from you? To better yourself for them more than for you? No, they don't. You can beat yourself up, drag yourself through the dirt, the mud, the broken glass, because you feel as if you're not good enough for that person, for them. Or you can stand up and walk through the dirt, the mud, glass, the crap, through the trash, discarded fast food cartons, urine stains. Walk through that crap instead of being dragged through it because you feel as if you're not good enough. If you feel as if you're not good enough for anyone, understand you will never be good enough. You will never be good enough if you wait to be good enough for other people. You will never be that good. They are your limit. Other people are your limit. In using other people as your limit means you are restricting yourself to their levels, whatever their level is. The sad thing is, many people do fool themselves to assume that the people they want are above them in some way. Thus they feel they are not good enough. So instead of chasing something more and better, they waste time chasing people and things that are actually beneath them. Then they wonder why they can never rise, why they can never get up, why they can never stand up. Because they're too busy looking down at people they assume are higher than them. Not seeing them eye to eye, but looking up to people that in actuality may be far below you. And it's not a sense of insult to insult others. It's more a sense of you will never be good enough. The world will take from you. You can give and give and give your best. And even when you've given your all, the world and people will still demand more. Many feel as if they're not good enough because they've been told so many times. But in a sense, look at things again from another perspective, another point of view. Instead of asking the question, why am I not good enough? Rearrange the sentence and make it into a statement. Why I am good enough. It then becomes a statement. It then becomes a fact, one that is real to you, with a raw and passionate desire for self, for a better you. Focus. Observe. Remember. The world is yours. Have a nice day.